Think about the last time you got up from a chair without thinking twice about it. No stiffness, no hesitation, no quiet dread of that first step. For millions of people, that simple, thoughtless movement is gone, replaced by a constant low hum of pain in the knees, the fingers, the hips, the back. But here's what almost nobody tells you. The inflammation driving that pain isn't just something that happens to you as you age. It's something your daily food choices are actively feeding or actively calming every single day without you realizing it. Stay with me because the next few minutes might change the way you look at your own joints forever. Let's understand what's actually happening inside a joint that's inflamed, because once you see it clearly, everything else starts to make sense. Your joints are cushioned by cartilage and lubricated by fluid designed to let bones glide smoothly against each other. But when inflammation takes hold, your immune system starts releasing chemical messengers meant to protect you from injury or infection. In small doses for short periods, this is healthy. It's how your body heals a sprained ankle or a cut. But when that inflammatory response doesn't turn off, when it becomes chronic, low-grade, and constant, it starts attacking the very cartilage and tissue it was supposed to protect. Slowly, quietly, the cushion between your bones wears down, and what started as a helpful defense mechanism becomes the very thing destroying your mobility. Here's the part that's hard to accept. Most people assume joint pain is simply the price of getting older, an unavoidable countdown that starts the moment you hit a certain age. But researchers studying inflammation have found something that complicates that assumption. Populations with diets rich in certain foods show dramatically lower rates of joint degeneration and chronic pain, even into their 70s and 80s, while other populations, eating a completely different way, experience significant joint deterioration decades earlier, which raises an uncomfortable question. What if age isn't the main culprit at all? What if, for a large number of people, it's what's sitting on their plate, meal after meal, year after year? And what researchers discovered next might completely change the way you think about your next grocery trip. The first food is one you've probably heard of, but likely never understood the real mechanism behind. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, and here's what makes them different from most foods people associate with health. Omega-3s don't just sit passively in your system. They actively interrupt the chemical pathways your body uses to produce certain inflammatory compounds. Multiple studies have found that people with higher omega-3 intake report measurably less joint stiffness and pain, and in some cases reduced dependency on anti-inflammatory medication altogether. Think about that. A shift as simple as eating fish twice a week instead of red meat could be quietly interrupting the exact biochemical process responsible for your morning stiffness. But that's only the beginning, because the next food is something most people have sitting in their spice cabinet right now, completely underestimating what it's capable of. Turmeric. For centuries, it's been used almost casually, sprinkled into curries, blended into golden lattes, treated more like a trend than a serious tool. But turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, and curcumin has been studied extensively for its ability to block specific inflammatory pathways in the body, some of the very same pathways targeted by prescription anti-inflammatory drugs. Several clinical studies have shown that consistent curcumin intake led to measurable reductions in joint pain and stiffness, in some cases comparable to standard medication, though researchers note that absorption matters greatly, and it's often more effective when paired with black pepper. It's strange to think that something sitting quietly in your kitchen cabinet, often forgotten behind other spices, might hold this kind of quiet power over your daily comfort. Now here comes the food that surprises people the most, because it seems almost too simple to matter. Berries, cherries, blueberries, strawberries, bright, sweet, the kind of thing you'd eat without a second thought. But these fruits are dense with compounds called anthocyanins, and researchers have found that regular berry consumption is associated with significantly reduced markers of inflammation throughout the body. In fact, some studies specifically looking at tart cherries found that participants who consumed them regularly experienced noticeably less joint pain and improved mobility compared to those who didn't. Inflammation, remember, thrives on constant low-grade fuel, and every time you choose a handful of berries over a processed snack, you may be quietly starving that fuel source instead of feeding it. What makes all of this so important isn't just the science, it's what it represents. For so many people living with joint pain, there's a specific kind of exhaustion that comes with it. It's not just physical, it's the mental weight of watching yourself avoid stairs, decline invitations, skip walks you used to enjoy, all while feeling like your own body has quietly turned against you. That feeling of powerlessness, of watching mobility slip away piece by piece, is one of the heaviest emotional burdens a person can carry, especially because it often happens gradually enough that you don't notice how much you've already given up. But here's what this research actually reveals, and it's more hopeful than most people expect. Inflammation isn't a fixed sentence. It's not a switch that only moves in one direction. Your body is constantly listening to the signals you send it through food, and while no single meal will reverse years of joint damage overnight, the body responds to consistency. Small, repeated choices, made meal after meal, day after day, add up in ways that are easy to underestimate but powerful over time. This isn't about extreme diets or giving up everything you enjoy. It's about understanding that every plate is an opportunity, not a punishment. Think about the people you know who move through life without a second thought about their joints, who take the stairs without hesitation, who get up from the floor without needing to brace themselves. It's easy to assume that's just luck or genetics or good fortune. But often, it's the quiet result of years of small choices that were never dramatic enough to notice, just consistent enough to matter. Of course, none of this replaces medical guidance, especially for anyone already managing arthritis or an autoimmune condition. Food isn't a replacement for treatment, but it is a tool, one that works alongside everything else, quietly supporting the body's ability to manage inflammation rather than working against it. And for anyone who has felt discouraged, who has been told that pain is simply something to accept and manage rather than something they have any real influence over, that shift in understanding can feel like getting a small piece of control back in a situation that often feels completely out of your hands. So take a moment and think honestly about your own routine. How many of these foods are already part of your life? And how many have you been overlooking, sitting quietly in your kitchen, doing nothing because they were never actually on your plate? Because sometimes the biggest changes in how we feel day to day don't come from something dramatic. They come from small, overlooked choices, repeated consistently enough to finally add up. So tell me, which of these foods do you already eat regularly, and which one are you adding to your next grocery list? Drop your answer in the comments, because I want to know how many of you are already closer to easier, pain-free movement than you realized.